Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is Coach DJ Davis, and I am very excited about what we have going on in the Run to Play world. We are at our inaugural year and our inaugural filming for our show, The Playmakers. Man, and what do I mean when I say Playmakers? If you're somebody that's trying to make an impact in your community, you're doing big things, you're running plays, you're executing, and you're trying to make things happen, then guess what? You're a playmaker. And so I'm excited about where we're headed in that direction. Matter of fact, I'm super duper excited, man, because I have a guy with me today that is a true playmaker. Man, me and this guy, we've been knowing each other, I know, for at least 20 years. And ever since I've known him, he's been making moves. He's been doing the things that he's been put on this earth to do. So he's an automatic playmaker, a quarterback for doing the things that he's doing, running plays. I have none other than Mr. Michael Echols with us. Y'all give it up for Mr. Echols.
Glad to be here today.
Hey, well, look, what Mike is doing right now, he's actually doing big things over at Vantage and also Affinity. He's the director of business development. But that's only a small fraction of what he's doing here in the West Monroe area. Matter of fact, he's doing a lot of things here in Louisiana. And tell us a little bit about just all this. I mean, anything you want to tell us about, Mike, tell us about it.
Well, one, Coach, I can't appreciate you enough for having me here today. This is an honor to be on your show, and especially the inaugural show.
Oh, yeah.
We hopefully will tell the people what good things are going on out there and how to create more playmakers and really get the revolution moving.
Oh, let's make it happen.
But I've been in Northeast Louisiana, of course, knowing you for almost 20 years now, from college when we were making plays and working, trying to grow organizations at the collegiate level and inspire young people to do new and different things.
Correct.
But for the last 20 years, I've been working in the higher education, the healthcare space, and financial service space, really just growing jobs and doing different things to improve our community. I've been heavily involved in the nonprofit sector. I've served on numerous nonprofit boards, everything from Center for Children and Families, CASA, the Twin City Art Foundation, Northeast Louisiana Arts Council, and several other civic groups that I'm really proud of. So my nonprofit portfolio has been kept me busy in my free time. During my paid time, if you will, I work with Vantage Health Plan and Affinity Health Group. We're growing jobs. We've almost hit the 1,000 job mark as of this last month.
Oh, now that is playmaking right there.
We've got a lot of job growth going on right now. Really, Vantage and Affinity have been set up to try to address the needs or the healthcare needs of Northeast and all of Louisiana. We've got some significant healthcare challenges throughout our state, and we wake up every single day to try to improve outcomes in healthcare. Vantage, of course, is a statewide insurance company with several different product lines, and Affinity is a group medical practice with family practice doctors as well as specialists working to improve, again, those healthcare outcomes and keep people well and out of the hospital.
Well, I know besides all of that, I've kept up with you, and you know, you're a busy guy and you're doing big things. Give us some of the details of what's going on downtown. I know you're tied into restoration, redevelopment. Tell us how you moving and shaking in that area.
You know, I saw several years ago the impact that Vantage was having downtown, and I knew there was something special going on there. And so about, again, 4 or 5 years ago, I came in and bought my first few commercial properties.
That's right.
And began restoration just with a little bit of planning and a lot of execution. We were able to, fix a few buildings, and I really saw the energy and the excitement about what can happen if you make a small investment in a small little part of town. And that kind of grew. It really snowballed from there. We're able to acquire more properties and bring them back into service. You've seen businesses like Rain, Duck and Dressing, Congressman Abraham, and several others that have moved into downtown and been very, very successful. Many of these businesses are brand new from scratch. Some were existing, but have grown tremendously since they've anchored in downtown Monroe. So we've seen the beginning of what restoring our downtowns and communities can look like. I've worked with partners both in Monroe and West Monroe, and there's a great group that are working in downtown West Monroe to bring it back. Their Downtown Restoration Committee, made up of some great volunteers. And between Monroe and West Monroe, I really think the next 5 to 10 years is going to define what I consider the center of all of our cities. Those are our downtowns, the historic buildings, commercial districts. A lot of great things to come. And it's coming at a time where a lot of businesses have just closed down or moved out altogether. And we're fortunate that we've got other people that share the vision that we need to revitalize.
And that's what I was going to ask you, and I'm glad you mentioned it as you spoke. that next 5 to 10 years. A lot of times when you're developing, you set goals. From what we're gonna look like in a year, what are we gonna look like in 5 years. And what interests me about what you were doing is, as I was growing up, my grandmother would always talk about how, oh man, we used to go downtown, we used to do this,
going to the
we
palace,
used to do that, we go to the palace,
yep.
do this, do that. And then it's like, okay, well, why is that? And now, as a boy coming up, I would always wonder, okay, why is that not like it's, well, what's the problem? What's going on? And if, as well traveled as I am, I would see, the other cities. I'm thinking like, man, we can do the same thing in Monroe, man. So, man, hats off to you for being a part of that movement to get everything, where it's supposed to be. And I'm excited to be a part of it as well.
I think part of it is vision and having a broader vision. I travel extensively with my job and working in the historic preservation field to see what other communities look like.
Right.
And their local and elected officials make a visible and very concrete investment in their downtowns, because it's the heart and soul of what drives communities. And communities that are thriving, you typically go to their downtowns and you see something that looks like it's thriving.
Yeah.
So, I personally wanted to make an investment because, as a private investor, I think it's our responsibility as citizens to make sure that we do our part, and government has their role to do their part. For downtown Monroe and downtown West Monroe, you've seen a great investment, retail corridor on the West Monroe side with Antique Alley, Trenton Street.
Right.
What they've got going on there is really unique and really special. They have artists coming in, they have restaurants coming in, and they've got a corner of the market that is stellar. I think on the Monroe side of the river, we've got to continue to invest in unique boutique style businesses and professional services. So the two areas don't compete, but they collaborate, they work together.
Yeah.
I think that's a big piece of the puzzle. I think another piece of the puzzle, especially on the Monroe side, is looking at housing. Right now we have a few hundred units of housing, both for seniors as well as, kind of lower to middle income folks.
Right.
But we need more market rate housing. We need about 200 units of apartments or condos downtown, and I really think if we hit that mark, you have the people, then you're going to need more services, and that's where the retail comes in to service.
Oh yeah. Now here's what I was want to definitely talk about, and I know it's all tied in together, and it comes together as I guess a jail. Right now you're running for city council, okay, and that's seat 1. Is that correct?
District 1.
District 1.
Right.
District 1.
Mostly North Monroe. That district.
I was going to ask you what area did that cover. Yeah. Well, let me ask you this: who besides yourself, who else is vying for that position? And question 2 is, what makes you stand out? Because I know the people that are watching, some of the playmakers, they're wanting to see playmakers and move makers, because that's what they do. What makes you stand out from the other candidates?
Well, first let me tell you about the district. The district is the Garden District, basically from Glenmar north between the river and North 18th Street, and then to Forsyth, and then Forsyth from the river to Deborah Drive, with the exclusion of a couple of blocks, but it's mostly from Forsyth north back towards the river, Little Cuba, River Oaks, all those, Loop Road, Park Avenue, that kind of consists of the district. So it's a very concise district. And we've been fortunate because we've been able to knock on every single door in the district, going door to door. It's been a lot of fun. But you'd ask about my opponent. I'm running against a super nice guy. He was he retired about 3 or 4 years ago, and oddly enough, I purchased his buildings from him, which is the Southern Hardware and the Poolside Shop, about 2 years ago when he did retire. And he stepped down from the council 4 years ago, which Ray Armstrong held that seat and has held it for 4 years. He's running for another seat. So. I decided, and some business people really encouraged me to run for the seat.
Okay, good deal.
Because they wanted somebody that's active and involved in the business community, that is working on improving problems that we've got right now.
That's you.
And I've always had a passion to serve. I enjoy working in the nonprofit space, and I enjoy working on community projects. And I'm hoping that with maybe a little bit different vision and a fresh approach, that we can bring something different to our district that we haven't had before. And I think that's what our candidacy represents.
Okay, now from a lot of people that know what I do, I've written a book, and I've set it up to where there are different plays. Name of the book, Just Run the Play, and actually we're getting ready to, this is the original edition, we're getting ready to bring out another edition. Now, one of the plays in that book, Michael, talks about, play 1 talks about blessing and helping others. Tell us, how has that play influenced you up until this point, and how do you see blessing and helping others affecting what you do, pretty much for the rest of your life?
You know, I've been blessed throughout my life. I have a great family. I grew up in Morehouse Parish, and my grandmother, she's 95 years old. She still lives there.
Wow. Wow.
Cooks 3 to 5 meals a day for the family, or 3 to 5 meals a week for the family when they come through. And you know, if I called her and said, "Hey, I'm coming up there for lunch,"
yeah,
she's gonna have a big spread ready to go when I get
at
there.
95.
At 95.
Wow.
And I've been blessed with family members like that have given so much to me, and I've learned a lot of valuable lessons throughout my life, which have taught me to get involved and to be involved in community service. The day I left college, for 2 weeks I was not involved in a service organization, and it drove me crazy. And 2 weeks after I got out of college and I was working, I talked to Tommy Usry with the Arts Council, and he plugged me in there, and I became, you know, involved on some advisory committees, and then ultimately the board and chairman of the board many years later. But I think that commitment to give back and do something for your community is very, very important.
Okay.
If you give back, you get way more in return, obviously.
That's correct.
And it's allowed me to plug into a lot of different groups. It's allowed me to help, you know, whether it was raising money or working on fiscal policy or serving on some state boards, and again, just looking at things differently from a strategic standpoint. That I've been blessed, one, because I've been able to meet so many people, but two, it's part of my contribution to give back.
Oh man, that's major. Now, what we want to do here on Playmakers, we want to take an opportunity to give Michael a chance just to tell us, just as we're getting ready to wrap up, what is it that you ultimately want the people that are watching to know about Mike, and what is it you expect and what you want to do for our community?
You know, the biggest thing is, one, I mean, we've got a great community, and it's more than just Monroe, it's more than just West Monroe, it's our entire region, it's Ouachita Parish and the surrounding parishes around us. I think that with a bigger vision and a fresh approach, and really bringing broad thinking and broad strategies to the table, that we can improve Northeast Louisiana, we can make this a great place to live again. My small part of that is, of course, in the council seat, District 1. I'm really looking at that as an opportunity to share some new ideas, to work with our city council, to work with our administration and the mayor, and to really bring, again, new ideas and a fresh approach. It's been exciting for me today to come and share a lot of that with you.
Man, it's always a pleasure to be around people who are really wanting to make a difference. And I think that if we, I mean, even just like I say, in our communities and our society, really focus on wanting to be around people like you, we'll see a lot of changes, a lot of positive changes taking place. Everybody know Election Day is coming up Saturday, March 5th. Do your civil duty. Get out and vote, because if you don't vote, you can't complain. That's what I was always told. If you don't vote, you can't complain. Look, once again, it's Coach DJ Davis with Mike Echols, man. Dude, I really appreciate you coming and hanging out with us. And stay tuned. We'll be back with more things from Playmakers.